Yeah, it's rich in bubbly goodness.
Do you remember when you lost your passion for this work?
I invited another friend. I hope that's okay.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Reina Creole, bringing you that spice to sci-fi and pop culture analysis. And welcome to the lunch table, official lunch table of the Fandom Menace, where fans, we just get together, hang out, have a good time, get to know some more people in the fandom, and just relax and just chill, because it is Friday, thankfully, and the weekend is coming, so why not be in a good mood and hang out? So speaking of hanging out, here's my co-host, Fat Steven. How you doing?
No, we do not want to outsource Mexican iron thongs. For God's sake, stop calling. Oh, crap, sorry. Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Sorry about that. It was a weird phone call I just got there. I'm like, we don't Mexican Iron Man thongs trying to sell them at a source price. No, we don't want them.
You tell them.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell them we don't want them. Yeah, they cause chafing. We don't want chafing.
No.
But other than that, thank God it's Friday. Thank God.
I'm glad. It's been a crazy week. Besides getting, let's see, I think we got a foot and a half, probably like half a meter of snow between Monday and Tuesday, and it's still out there. So there's like freaking mountains of like plowed up snow. It's freezing.
Scientists have proven the fact that when snow falls, it doesn't just get up and walk away the next day. So
I know.
Still gonna be there the next day, you know.
That's why all the plow guys get real happy when it starts dumping snow. They're just like,
"Oh, it's done." What you need to do is you gotta like pull out like the John Cusack moment, and when you actually see the plow, you pull out a boombox, you stand on your porch, you start singing the Homer Simpson Mr. Plow song for him, and they'll be like, "Yeah, I'm Mr. Plow. That's my name. What's that name, Mr. Plow." Other than that, we have. Well, I hear we have a troublemaker, a stealer of souls, a designer of the art. And probably someone that will definitely kick my rear end in the future for being. I don't know what I'm being. I'm wearing. I don't care anymore. I'm done with this crap. I don't have a routine.
So you say she's a troublemaker, which makes it seem like she's my type of person. So let me bring her up, shall we? Okay, so we have Rowan Ginger Raven with us today. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. You look so lovely.
I wake up, well, no, I have makeup on, so I don't wake up like this, but.
Oh, I understand. I do not fall out of bed like this as much as everyone would like to think. No.
Wait. You guys have beds? I sleep on a cardboard roll.
You got trade up.
Yeah, I do. No, not really. I like it because it has Tostitos on the one part, so every time I can feel like I'm, never mind, I'm done with this, dude. My jokes.
Oh, my goodness. Well, you know what? Let me see who is in the chat at the moment. So glad you guys are here with us. Let's see. Of course, Fat Steven says first loyalties.
I meant royalties. I meant royalties.
Culture Casino's like, second. And Kashi Queen says third.
Hello, Amber, and welcome.
Well, thanks both you, Culture, and you, Amber, for being members of my channel. For those of you who are channel members, we will be having a members-only chat on Saturday. I believe the poll decided. Saturday, February 20th at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. So keep an eye out for announcements for that. Let's see who else. Oh, Amber, you sent a rose sticker. Thank you so much, my dear. Thank you.
Wait. Is she trying to appropriate Miss Muse stickers or culture? Is that what she's trying to do? Are you trying to sneak in there, Amber?
I don't think Miss Teresa.
No, she's going to kick my butt too.
Let's see who else we have here. We have Keely Chow says, "Hey, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, Keely, and Roll Tide."
Roll Tide. Sorry.
And there's Willie. Yes, this is a live stream. Anytime you see a lunch table or a brunch table, like we had this past Sunday with a Drunk 3PO as guest, It's live. If it's an after school special, it is recorded. But to confuse you even further, we're going to have an after school special coming up that's actually live with a special guest. So stay tuned. Stay tuned for
Oprah.
Oprah. That heifer needs to give me a car. Then I'll let her. She has to give all of us cars. Then we give her the show.
You got to give you like a snowplow. You get a snowplow, and you get a snowplow.
I want a snow blower. That would be freaking fun.
I'm muting.
Why is he muting?
Anyway,
I'm gonna keep going. And pretend that my mind didn't process what you just said.
Yeah, I didn't hear it.
Hello, El Punk Trace, says Reina Creole. Hi, Reina Creole, Raven, and Steve. And thank you so much, my dear, for the super sticker with the devil horns on it. Thank you so much for supporting my channel with that. Let's see.
Another $1.
No problem. And a $1 sticker, a $1 super chat from Willie Woodward. Thank you so much, Willie. I appreciate it. Let's see who else we have here. I told everyone welcome. And I said, yes, please, no WandaVision spoilers. And no. So actually, I will kind of, those of us on the panel who have seen it, will give a quick spoiler-free, emphasis on spoiler-free review of episode 5 of WandaVision that dropped today on Disney Plus. Because frankly, if somebody would have spoiled this for me, I'd have to beat your ass. Honestly, I take it that seriously.
Accepted.
Commander Ed Stracker Shadow says, hello, guy. Happy Fridays. Oh, Lord, I did that wrong. Happy Friday. I need to read it right. If you type it right, I should at least read it right. Just showing some love. Absolutely. Sleeping on a box so you're sure you don't live in America. I thought Canadians had more money than us American plebes.
You would think of that.
I don't know.
It don't matter. Government's a government. Country's a country. You can still be in poverty. You can still be rich. Don't matter.
Sheet Cream said, we just bought a snowblower. After all the snow we had been getting, we figured it's a good investment. Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah.
What's funny is like they had to go out when they got that 15 or whatever centimeters or inches, whatever it was. They cleaned that and they finally got it all done. And then the truck came by and redid the end of their driveway. And that's when they were like, screw this. I'm getting a snowblower. Screw this. It's over.
Yes, El Punk Trace, go Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yes.
Hello, theme park.
I am definitely for Tampa Bay. Hey, Cavatinho Che, let's get started. I have arrived. Agreed. Can't wait to watch the newest episode. Yeah, we will get to that. Hey, theme park casual. I started watching WandaVision. Cool. All right. Well, why don't we kick off with the first question to ask Ms. Rowan before we do our spoiler-free review of WandaVision. So, what are your memories of lunchtime at school?
Well, I went to a charter art school, like for high school, and we had off-campus lunch, so mostly fun. And everything before that was awful, but that's fine. It was like my freshman year. It was kind of close to the school was close to downtown, so it was interesting because you'd have all these options and stuff. And then it moved the following year closer to the mall, and like not as many options. Obviously, I mean the food court's fine, but not as entertaining. Because it went from being right next door to, well, almost right next door to the comic book store in town, and then it was not. So, whatever. And, but I think the funniest part about it is that after my school was closed, because, like, charter schools I love charter schools, I'm all for that. Obviously, having gone to one. But if it's ran by collectivist morons, it has a tendency to fail, and that's what happened. So, but the funny part is that the second location, the Taco Bell in the mall, closed like 4 months after the school closed. So that was lunch. Taco Bell.
Taco Bell. I used to
It's
nickname that
horrible.
Taco Hell.
Yeah, right. But it's just funny. Like, no one would like. Well, I wasn't surprised, but then it's still a running joke. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't. Taco Bell, it's like I had it once and I'm just like, I don't understand the excitement with it. I just thought it was gross.
I
It didn't
do.
taste that good.
I can
Yeah.
tell the excitement of that food. Everything except their cinnamon churro weird thingies. It's great going in. It's horrible coming out.
Probably looks better coming out. Some of
No,
it.
no. It goes through you like a Japanese bullet train with no stops. That's pretty much what happened.
Yeah. Mm-mm. Well, no. Ever since I learned how to make
They're
my own
nacho fries.
tacos at home. Oh, well, yeah. So I've seen about the nacho fries.
The Supremes. Yep, nacho.
The nacho fries intrigue me.
They're good.
Everything else just looks like I don't want to take my life in my hands that way.
It says bean burrito, but you're playing Where's Waldo, wondering where the beans are.
It
says ground beef. Yeah, ground it into a paste.
Oh my gosh, the best thing from
it was
Taco Bell
high
had to be
school,
that.
guys. Who cares?
I know. It's like I got money. I'm going to get fast food. I don't really care what it looks like.
Right?
But,
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you. Hey, Runner, how you doing? I'm looking at you in the other chat. I see you there, folks. We have 20 people here watching. Thank you so much. And our guest is Rowan Ginger Raven. So, Rowan, do you watch WandaVision at all?
I don't. I just watch Steven's like Easter egg hunt thingies, which are probably more fun for me than watching the show.
Is it
weirdly
compliment from a woman? Jesus Christ, what year am I in?
Well, no, because it's there are things that are probably more fun to hear someone talk about versus watching it or experiencing or anything like that.
I can agree with that.
So that's interesting. So why do you kind of take that standpoint? Is it that you haven't been into the comics before or not?
No, I really don't know anything about Scarlet
Okay.
Witch. That's why, probably.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not completely unfamiliar with the Marvel universe. Like, I love Spider-Man and X-Men, but
yeah,
that's about where I stop. Like, nothing beyond that, I am mostly ignorant or know in passing.
Yeah. But just to remind folks, no, we are not doing spoilers, so you're safe. Okay, we're not doing spoilers about WandaVision. I know for me, I was not interested in Vision and the Scarlet Witch because they just seemed boring. And I read like the X-Men comics. And the only reason that I really knew about them was when I saw Avengers Infinity War. So when I saw that, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember those two. Yeah, whatever. You know, all right. And only got invested, spoilers for folks who haven't seen that movie yet, only got invested when she had to wind up killing Vision. When that whole scene, it was freaking emotionally draining. And then only to have Thanos show up, resurrect him so he could kill him again.
I totally checked out of the movies a long time ago. Completely checked out. Like when they, I think it was when they said they're gonna reboot Spider-Man. I'm like, done. Fuck all.
Oh yeah, I have not seen Spider-Man Far From Home. I don't want to see Tony Stark Jr. I say this. I'm not interested in that.
And like my little brother, both my brother and I are just obsessed with Spider-Man as little kids and X-Men. Like, we watch the cartoons, play the video games, and all that stuff. And like we never really are exposed to books just because it wasn't in our, like we weren't ever in those stores basically. And so when that happened, it was like around the same time as like the Superman thing was Snyder's Superman. I was like, oh my god! And my brother's played WoW since vanilla, so when he found out that Cavill was like, yeah, I got a call when he was playing WoW, super cool. I'm like, I just don't care. My world has been shattered. I don't care anymore.
You don't want to watch Cavill build a computer in a muzzle top?
No.
In slow motion?
The only pictures that I've seen, all I'm thinking is like, what fucking granny are you renting this flat from?
You know what? I wasn't really impressed. They were like, "Oh,
No.
Cavill built a computer." I said,
No.
"Well, did he like put everything together from the motherboard to everything else?" You know,
It's all
the
clicked
whole
together,
thing?
though, by part.
I was just like, unless he's doing that, as cute as he
Soldering.
is, I don't care.
No, I was too distracted by the horrible decor. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
Devanjanai, how you doing?
I can't. I
Yeah,
just can't.
I just
Like, it's so bad. Like, I was surprised there wasn't smudge paint on the wall.
yeah, it's just
Yeah.
I didn't that the Spider-Man that they started to show was not the Spider-Man that I remembered from the comic books, not the Spider-Man that I remembered from, you know, the 80s comics, the 80s TV show, 70s to 80s TV show. That one
70s.
wasn't it, yeah, 70s was not the
70s.
same one with the psychedelic music and everything.
Right. And it's nothing even like the 90s cartoon, which I grew up with that. I lived for that. It was like VHS tapes probably at my parents' house too with that.
Spider-Man does whatever. I love the freaking theme
And
song. I love it.
copyright strike.
I love it. No, it's in my voice. You're not gonna be able to do that. And it was less than 9 seconds.
That's what she said.
But oh, God.
I never saw it. Yeah.
Hey,
I guess
hey,
I mean,
Polly.
I don't know. I guess that could probably allude to why I find the reviews and conversations around WandaVision interesting because I'm so detached. So all I'm listening to is people critiquing a show based on their knowledge, not necessarily the show. So that's fun.
Yeah, that's cool. I can kind of understand that because, like, for me, like I said before, I did not delve into the comics. So for me, it's more of it's a mystery, and I like mysteries.
Yeah.
So for me, that's like what I latched onto. And like Fat Steven would say, there's this Easter egg, this Easter egg, this Easter egg. And a part of me has like my fingers in my ears tuning that out because I don't want to know.
Oh, yeah.
I know. I want to know, but I don't want to know because it's like if I go down that rabbit hole, it's like I want to see how the mystery evolves. And it's kind of like how we were saying in the green room earlier. If you've watched Star Trek: The Next Generation, right? Or have you watched that show?
No.
Okay. So
I've never watched Star Trek.
Okay. There's this one episode. Well, Data, an android, tries to learn to be human. They decide to have this mystery thing on the holodeck. So it's like, Sherlock Holmes, on the holodeck. And literally within like 5 seconds of them starting the simulation, Data solved the mystery. And Picard's like, that's not the fun of it. That defeats the purpose. You have to go through the mystery, evaluate the clues. Sometimes you go down squirrel holes that don't make any sense. And that's kind of like how it is with WandaVision. It's a mystery. And speaking of mysteries, with episode 5, I will say this is probably my favorite one. The reason being, they're starting to wrap it up.
Oh, yeah.
They're starting to wrap it up, and they're making more, there's more exposition, because when episode 4 ended, y'all saw the flashback she had with Vision, right? That little flash she had with Vision or whatever, and Vision saying things like, something's not right. Well, in this episode, they delve more into that when it comes to Vision, and it's I love how they did it. I absolutely love how they did that part, because they're giving hints to that where Vision's kind of like something's not quite right here, and the twins. Keep an eye on the twins, not only what they look like, but what they do and what they say. Pay attention to that. Pay rapt attention to that. And who else? What's going on? But yeah, between Vision and him starting to get more awareness, how they're using the twins, and how Sword and FBI are starting to get more information about what's going on. They're really speeding things up, which I think that they should have done the episode before. This is why I really think that this should have been like 2-hour long episodes, maybe 50, 60, 70 minutes. I think that it should have been, because the end of this one, I have to mouth that. Yeah. And I will freaking leave it at that. I will leave it at that. So, anything to add, Steven?
Funko can suck it.
Oh, yeah. Don't look at Funko right now.
Don't go to Funko. Do not go to the Toy Fair leaks. Do not go anywhere near GameStop exclusive leaks. Because 2 days ago, someone sent me a picture, not realizing it's not their fault because it would have popped up on my feed eventually. Funko ruined the show for me and the ability to care about Easter egg hunting. So I'm going to give you guys a head up. Make sure you don't go anywhere near those pages. Try to stay away from that spoiler, because when you really enjoy something and it takes one thing to mess it up. That did it for me that day, and I was just like, okay, I'm done. I'll still watch it. Watch it, and I'm starting to see how my other previous Easter eggs are coming to fruition and what comics they're coming from. But at the same time, it's like, wow, you just took the whole thunder out of me and replaced it with a bean burrito. That's pretty much what you did.
And there's something I was going to mention it, and then I'm just like, no, I'm not going to, because there's too much of a risk in spoiling it. So I'm not going to say that. Cavitania Chase says, first Captain Marvel I got used to was Monica Rambeau. Then I learned about Marvel. That's a storyline that I didn't, because I didn't really get into Captain Marvel. I didn't hear about Monica Rambeau until like maybe a year ago. And
for me though, it was Ms. Marvel. It was one with the black suit with the lightning and the sash with the ribbon hanging off, and that was the one that Rogue from the X-Men, if you guys remember the cartoon, she literally took all of Carol Danvers or Miss Marvel's powers to the point where part of her part of her consciousness was actually taken and trapped within Rogue's brain. And then later on, you'll get a couple episodes in the animated series where literally Carol starts arising in her subconscious and consciousness, trying to take over her body and fighting her on both the mental plane as well as trying to control the body. And it's one of those stories that most people remember the best attachment to when it came to Ms. Marvel, not Wood Marvel.
The plank.
The plank of death.
The best.
The what? Oh, sorry.
Rather than the Ed, and Eddie. Plank.
Yeah. Plank had more personality.
Right?
I feel that's an insult. The Plank.
Okay. Well, we can go also the Ren and Stimpy way. Remember that everybody wants a log. Log.
The rolls downstairs, alone on them pairs, goes over your neighbor's log. I love that.
Log now comes with accessories. Here's her log with a wig.
But yes, Yeti, I guess I need to see the show right away. You know what? I'm going to give you a piece of advice. I can't believe I'm saying this. If you can avoid not watching it until all the episodes are done, I would say do that. I mean, at first I thought, it was okay, them, releasing an episode at a time, but that was in the beginning. But now, like several episodes in, I'm like, no, y'all just needed to just drop this, because even mystery shows on television, they wrap that stuff up in 60 minutes. Or if it's a two-parter, it's got a defined end to it. But in this case, it doesn't. And another thing before I forget, there is an eye roll inducing moment in episode 5. Yeah, I'll just put it like that. That it was an eye rolling moment. Is it me, or is Rowan Raven Ginger staring into my soul? It's probably just me.
Hi, Larry. I appreciate you stopping by.
Hey, Keck44, how you doing? I'm sorry if you sent a chat and I didn't see that. I'm sorry if that happened, but I'm glad you're definitely here with us. Can you imagine having Brie Larson stuck inside your psyche? No, I do not want to. No.
Ew, her doing, it's all I want to have in the back of my psyche. Keep your compliments to yourself. Keep your comments to yourself. Keep your comments to yourself. Bengay yoga. Keep your comments to yourself. That's it. That's all I got.
You know what? Let me just say, I saw the latest King Kong movie, Kong Skull Island. You know what my
Really?
favorite line in that movie was?
Shut up, Brie.
Pretty much when Samuel L. Jackson turned and looked at her and said, "Bitch, please." That's my favorite line in that whole movie.
The reason why I shared this because I want to give like most people know by now that West Coast Avengers highly plays in the way the series goes. This is actually from the storyline which it attaches to. This is literally when Scarlet finds Vision. That's Vision on the table, torn to pieces. So if you want a good comic book, find the omnibus of Vision Quest and Dark of the Scarlet. That is Vision. That's what they did to him. There's his red skin.
I will have to look into that
gets
because
dark.
I have 2 issues of West Coast Avenger. I was bored, so I only bought like 2 issues and said, "I'm freaking done with this. I'm done with this." Right. Yes, LOL. Yeah, that was that. I love that line in the movie. That made that darn movie for me. Oh, well, so I know you have a YouTube channel, but you don't really have any videos up there because I think you said you were just starting it, but you are into a lot of art. So you want to tell us about that?
Art? Well, I mean, I went to an art school. I'm an interior designer, and I don't know like what to tell. I can share my site.
Here, I'll tell you what. You tell me where to go.
There, one, and yeah, there. Oh, gee, yeah. And you can click learn more. Learn more.
Learn more. Let's learn more.
Just like about the process of basically just let me know what you need help with, want help with, what kind of updates, styles, if you like entertaining, if you have kids, all sorts of normal life stuff, and I can help you make a cohesive design plan that you can implement yourself. So you'll have a shopping list, a floor plan of arranging furniture and whatnot, and on your own time you can do it. Generally, I would say most interactions with a client, like a week, 10 days, ideally, just depends on how interactive you are and how prompt a person is. So, yeah, I mean, I've only ever wanted to be an interior designer. That's all I've ever wanted to do. Like in retrospect, I had the 90s Barbie dream house with a power where it's elevator. So I was like crazy obsessed with that. And then as I got a bit older, I started playing Sims, but only to build houses. So it was kind of no going back from that. It's all like I can't. I wish I could, but when people are like, I don't know what I want to do, it's like I just can't understand that level of thinking. Like, how do you not have a passion for something? How is it not something that you just physically have a need to do? But everyone's different. I'm not saying you're wrong or bad. It's just I'm sorry, I don't understand. Oh, you're muted.
This is what Lorena say. Hold on, let's put the subtitles up. I love that, Steven. Steven is awesome. If you need your house decorated, please check this site. Oh, wait, here's my voice.
Is it like a bad lip reading?
Yeah,
on YouTube,
I love The Last Jedi.
Or like the bad dubbing in the kung fu movies. I swear to God, that's like one of the best shticks ever. We're like talking and then the delay.
The link should be in the chat. Yep. I already put it in there earlier, but I'll do it again.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. I'll have to drop it in the description box too after we're done with the stream. Yeah, so we have the link to your interior design site. Like I didn't know what the heck interior design was until I was a temp receptionist for an interior design company. And I thought it was really cool, the kind of stuff that you guys did. So do you usually take your cues from if the client comes to you, do you take your cues from what they tell you, or do you kind of do your own interpretation?
You kind of have to sift through some minutia because most people, when they say modern, they mean contemporary, like what's popular right now, versus modern, which is mid-century modern, and that's technically at this point is like 100 years old, which is crazy to
Okay.
think about, but it's true. And it goes as far as like visual art and like advertising and all that sort of stuff as well. So it's not, it's very in depth when it's like,
Mm-hmm.
well, I like this, that, and the other thing. It's like, okay, I see where you're coming from. You're like, if when people are saying, well, I like minimalism, but then they like Danish designs, which are like Scandinavian designs, which are minimal, yes, but then they have a lot of natural elements to it too. It's not just like this crisp white '90s look. It's
Yeah.
very cabiny. So I mean, you could it's a lot to converse about, but I mean, it just depends on the person too. Some folks are like, yeah, I just want this fixed. I need this rearranged. I want this to look better. And like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
so
Cool. I like the cow.
thank
I
you.
call it the cow. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna put a cow on my bed, but that's actually really, really cool. Thank you, culture. Is that a Doomacorn?
Yeah, you know what that means.
Is that a Doomacorn? Yeah,
It
we
is.
we know what the Doomacorn means. I'm gonna have to use that other darn feature that StreamYards just popped up here. Oh, here we go.
He's
I
never
still
living that down.
I still need Optimus Prime doing that.
We're gonna lift anything down.
That's what I want. Oh my gosh. Kate is one of the best troublemakers, guys. Yes, she is. I love her. I love her because I forget which was it on Loki's channel? No, I think it was on Wes Moody's channel.
Probably less.
Yeah,
Probably
when I
less.
got on a
Oh, yeah.
panel with you,
It
and
was-
I'm like,
it was-
this my kind of girl.
It was probably
Thank you.
the Wednesday night ones where Wes has those ones
Mhm.
because they try to keep topics and they don't let me on that much anymore because I ruin all the topics.
Oh,
It
okay.
sounds like you should have crashed the party the other day because Culture Casino was on a tirade.
I know that's why I didn't join because I would have came in going, "You guys want to buy some Goop Infinity Stones? They come with instructions. Just remember to wash them first." And for those who don't know, later
want
after the
to.
show, go to the Goop site where the Gwyneth Paltrow candles are sold.
Oh,
Yeah, they look like Infinity Stones. We call them the Virginity Stones.
Oh God, is that with the jade egg, the egg thing?
Well, it's a new way to fist. You know, it's a way to
Okay, it's been 35 minutes.
yeah, I wait. Hey, she dropped it
Yeah.
before I did.
Yeah.
It's an accident. I can't help it. I'm really, really sorry. Just clip it.
Liar.
Oh,
No,
well,
it just happens. I can't.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Okay.
it's funny how monetization works because I'll have some streams where I'm just like, oh my God, they're gonna demonetize this, and it's fine, and then some that I think should be fine, and they're not. So
Right. Yeah.
I don't know how YouTube does that, but yeah, y'all are funny. They're really funny. I think we both put that like sword day straight. Well,
Well,
speaking. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Steve.
I was saying I went out of the way. I'm gonna quickly find it, but like yeah, if you get on those shows, it's fun. But I went on like because Atlantean's fun to bother, right? So what I did is I took him because he was getting migraines. He wears a black blindfold, so I made him the blind fat Daredevil from the Daredevil Netflix series. As you can see, my icon.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind. It's not even funny. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go back to my corner. Back to you, Jim.
Speaking of streaming and all of that, how did you wind up getting? I say the fandom is kind of like this ubiquitous thing, but how did you get involved in the fandom and with streaming per se?
Well, this universe, I guess you could say, this circle of people. I watched Eric July's interview with Matt Kibbe, and then started watching Eric July. And
cool.
he's super fun. And at least just I don't know how people can be so pessimistic when you have someone like that to look to and be like, see, you can just do. And so then he was on Friday Night Tights, and it was just like exploded from there. And it's crazy to see this because I'm like, this is so reminiscent of like 10 years ago, about 10 years ago, when I was like, Larry O'Connor, who was in the chat, thank you so much for being here. His pseudonym when he was working at Big Hollywood was Stage Right, and he, after doing a few articles, started doing Blog Talk Radio, which I don't think exists anymore. and then started doing Ustream, which also doesn't exist anymore. So those things, among a few other people like Tony Katz, if you're familiar with him, Dana Loesch,
Yeah, Dana Loesch. Yeah.
Lash. I always get it wrong. I feel so bad. But she also was in this kind of unique cabal of minds that are starting to cobble together, MacGyver together websites with a live stream and a chat and communicating with people of like minds and are concerned about like what country, our country as well being, but the world as a whole too. And it's so fun kind of seeing that come back around. And it's so much easier now. And I don't mean that to say like being in front of the camera is easy. No, I mean when Steven said that like this was your idea, I'm like having a panic attack. I'm not doing anything. I'm just having a panic attack. I was like, what? But I'm not a cool kid. Why am I getting invited?
Literally, yeah. She's like, I'm like, she told me to reach out to you because she liked the way you were talking, and she's like, it wasn't your idea. I'm like, I'm sorry if she says something, I'm going to do it. I don't go out and question everyone.
Great. I appreciate it so much, but like I was shocked
because I'm a misogynist. I'm a misogynist Jew. That's what I do. I'm a misogynist Jew.
You know what? I am just it cracks me up because I've had so many people say that. They're like, you want me on the show? Really?
Why?
I'm just like, why not? I mean, that's literally how my brain works. I'm like, why not? I'm just,
it's just like the initial shock because I'm like, I attempted making videos and I don't like it. I'd rather just talk. And because this is what I've done with friends whom I met through Larry O'Connor. And it's just like this. And it's so crazy to see it happen again, not just in my life, but with people, and to see it be more proactive. And I think that's the big difference, because 10 years ago, it was so difficult to get a foot in the door and to get any kind of recognition and build a community. Now it's just, you just have to do, and you just have to be comfortable with sharing what you like and what you are doing in general, I guess, outside of
what you're passionate about.
Come again?
What you're passionate about?
Yeah. Word. Which is tough for me, I'll be honest. I don't like talking about myself.
No shit.
That's hard for a lot of people to do. I mean, I don't really like talking about myself that much.
No.
May not seem that way, but I don't, because it's kind of just like, why would anybody be interested in that? And even to the point of doing a YouTube channel, because people would say you should do a YouTube channel. I'm like, why? Who the heck has to be interested in what I want to say? I want to watch what everyone else has to say, because everyone else seems to have more interesting things to say than me. And that was the perspective that I had, because as a spectator, because it's kind of like how I started, just kind of going into chats and finding out about live streams and just communicating with people. And it seemed like the people on the panel had way more interesting things to say, than I did. So when there's like, oh, start a channel, I'm like, yeah, like anybody's going to freaking watch my channel and subscribe to my channel. And yeah, people were subscribing to my channel. I'm like, okay, all right. Okay, thank you for the sympathy. Subscribe. Okay, that's fine. We'll see, who stays around when I actually attempt to do something.
wait. Hold up. Because we had a quick segue. For speaking of sympathy subscriptions, please sub to Fat Steven. I need all the sympathy I can get. You have no idea. But back to this related topic, I'm going to say it's not just putting yourself out there to giving your opinion and taking a chance to see if people actually want to hear what you have to say. It's the fact that once you get into this community, it also becomes a tug and war. You're then fighting, let's say, thousands of other people trying to do the same story, the same type of the same thing all over and over again. And then as you start gradually getting your momentum, your channel up, your views up, it becomes... it turns into a war, because you're not fighting just yourself and making sure you're making the right choice in your content, but you're also trying to keep yourself stable as yourself by not affecting others around you to get to that top first. It's you know what I mean though? It's very gratifying, but it's also very detrimental at the same time. It's
That
like
is
always trying to climb down Mount Everest, but never having a rope strong enough to get you to the next point.
Hey, Man of War 665. And
Bite me.
let's see. Apollo Patriot, Gen X. I think I did see you before. How dare you? I love my German bees. Hey, Apollo Patriot. No Twilight women on the show yet. I'm sorry. Plumber's
Oh
butt
God!
crack
Oh
45.
God! He's here.
I like that. I like that handle, Plumber's butt crack. That's but that's an interesting point, Stephen. Rowan, what do you think about that?
I don't know. Most of the people I've been around, perhaps it's just because I only gravitate towards them, who are really real. Like they'll say what they say, they'll say to your face. That's
Yep.
how I operate. I don't fuck around. I just am. And so I haven't experienced that, I guess. I'm not like some aspiring or growing channel, so there's that too. But I don't know. I don't really have that experience, so I'm sorry.
No, apologize. It's a
don't be
fair
sorry.
answer.
Don't give the answer. I tell people, don't give the answer that you think people want to hear.
Right,
Give
exactly.
the answer
Exactly.
that you have, because that's genuine. And people being genuine, I find that that's a very rare commodity these days. You know,
it's rare just in general. Like it's been rare forever. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like when people complain about Twitter. I mean, like, yeah, the company's shit, but I've met and made amazing friends there.
That's true.
So exactly, and it's like, and you have to remember that you can block people. It's a freedom of association.
You can mute people. That's a lovely feature.
Muting before blocking, in my opinion, because muting, you're not taking them out of your profile. You just don't want to hear their voice because it's just the same crap. Blocking means they win.
That's what I do first. I'll mute you, and I've had people muted for like freaking years and forgot about it. But muting I'll do. I'll only block if it's something super egregious.
Right.
And it takes a lot to get on my block list.
I heard it takes a lot for me to follow someone in the first place. So
oh yeah, I believe it, because it's like I don't want to say waste your time, because Twitter can be a time waster. But for me, it's just like you have to have something that I'm interested in hearing about, or I have to have some kind of reason to connect with you, because there's people who I've been connected with on Twitter for over a decade, because these are people that developed, into friends. Some of them are real life friends, some of them are cyber friends, but we've all been connected through Twitter, because like Twitter's like the most ice to cantina, for me. I know it's a scummy place. I know there's scum and villainy in there. They're my kind of scum. I know what it's like. So when Twitter plays games, I'm not like, oh, I'm just going to go up and leave Twitter. No, you were going to have to kick me out, because that is where the battlefield of ideas is, whether you like it or not. That is what it is.
Yeah. I didn't use it for about 5 years. And then this last year, I got sucked back in. So, I mean, it's not like it's something I feel is 100% needed for me. But that's because I have, like, the people I'm close to that I met through there and elsewhere, I talk to on different platforms and have numbers and all that kind of stuff too. So, I mean, I'm really, really guarded,
which makes sense. I mean, it really does. Oh, sorry,
are you going to? So I was going to ask a question. Are you ever going to sell or patent the genuine people magnet so people can actually use it to get the more genuine people in their crowds? I would like to invest in that one chicken nugget. Thank you for the awkward silence. It's great. You guys have a great day. I'm out.
It's a great merch idea for someone.
That's how you do it. But that's very true, because I've had people meet me in real life and they're just like, you're exactly how you are in real life as you are online. I said, yes. I may filter myself a little bit more, online, but that's kind of like the difference between cyberspace and in person, but there isn't you don't notice a split personality
Yeah.
when you meet
Well,
me in person. And there's some people where you will meet in person as opposed to being online, and there's like, you don't know who the heck this person is.
Right. And I mean, I would say like filtering isn't necessarily because no one's gonna go up to someone and just spill out their personal life. No, and like who
No.
does that? Creeps do that, but really.
Well, you don't
And
want
then
to.
there's the filter because we're all, fucked if we say the wrong thing. It's entirely different than being fake or being perceived as fake or anything like that, I would think.
Bye, Larry. Thanks for coming. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Steven.
Sorry.
No, I just totally lost train of thought because someone was creeping on my Pikachu like a bar scene. I was like, "What's going on here?" But you seem like you have a plan, Rowan. You have a knack for Venture Brothers, from my understanding, as well.
Yeah.
Your middle name is Troublemaker. Where did that come from?
You, butthead.
No, thank you, Beavis. Thank you for that. That's great.
Oh, thank you, Willie. Honest genuineness is what I find so fascinating and attractive about you. You totally get that vibe, and if I meet you in real life, that's how you'd be. Oh, well, thank you, Willie. Yeah, I try to be real, and that realness comes out in how salty I can be about reviewing certain things, because that's me. That's
Can't
me.
wait for that premium dragon movie coming to Disney Plus.
Good Lord.
I had to.
I may have to have somebody sneak me in the theater. Y'all didn't hear that, or maybe you did.
Okay.
But yeah, so tell us about last question. So tell us about your interest in the Venture Brothers, because I watched like maybe the first two seasons, and then life got in the way. But I thought this show was freaking hilarious. I called it like a really, really trippy Johnny Quest. That's how I kind of put it, in my head. I'm like, all of these Johnny Quest, callbacks, because Johnny Quest was one of my favorite old school cartoons. That and Speed Racer.
Well, I mean, I suppose I probably saw the pilot when I was a teenager. And then, like, the first episode, though, that I remember seeing and, like, really have a connection to is the Tag Cell one. And it's great because I have the Go Team Venture book, so they break down every little bit about every episode. And this book was up for pre-order years ago. So I kind of saw this headline coming for a while, and I'm not to say that I'm not upset, but it's nevertheless, I think the Tag Cell is the best episode to introduce people with, because it's not really about a linear story. It's just this moment in the universe where you get to meet all sorts of characters, all the primary characters, and they're presented in such funny, genuine ways. Like with 21, I love him so much. Like, he's just the best. And like, young Padawan, this one, why?
It's like, we could take back the bridge. And he's pulling out collectibles like from Hot Toys. Here, you want a lightsaber and a batarang made out of foam? Let's go.
Hey, Parrot Head. Yeah, me. They're my bosses, actually. So I can't really say too much. Yeah, I had this show before they started Midnight After Dark in the morning, but yeah, it's cool. Sometimes I get the pop on there too from time to time. I hope Genuine, My Little Pony movie, I hope Genuine isn't going to be in that. That's just all kinds of freaky scary.
I would rather watch Ben Affleck and what was her name? What was the sing? It was the Jiggly. I'd rather watch Jiggly. That one was horrible. Who's that singer? Oh God, Paula. No, what's her name? She was in the Wedding Manager or whatever it was called.
Wedding Singer?
No, the one where she was planning the weddings.
The wedding J-Lo?
Yeah, J-Lo and Ben Affleck. I think it was called Jiggly or something.
Jiggly, yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather watch that or Glitter.
Oh Lord, I don't know which one is worse.
They're both horrible.
God. It's like, do you want to die by being shot or die by drinking poison? Which one you want?
Can I do both?
But yeah, this is a shame that they're gonna cancel this show. It's one of the last remaining I call it old school Adult
Oh yeah,
Swim shows
absolutely. I think
that
it may literally be. I I'm curious if people have held out talking about it because they want it to get good news. And I mean, I can give you some good news. This isn't the first time Jackson Public has been through this. You went through this with the Tick, and that's what gave us Venture Brothers eventually.
Yeah.
Doc Hammer
oh.
is true. And Doc Hammer is a phenomenal artist, like painter and musician, and he has a new album out with his band. So there's other ways to be supportive of these creative persons if that's what you want to do. I don't think they will. I don't know. It's tough to say like yes, it will get picked up, but I'm sure if it doesn't, they'll do something new and it'll be just as good because they are such a perfect team.
Well, I know that they announced cancellation right after they announced season 4 was or 5 or whatever season, I forget what season it was going to be the last season. But aren't they also trying to do Kickstarter or some kind of crowdfunding to get the season done if they can't get someone to pick it up?
Well,
Or have they not started that yet?
There was rumors after what was it, the 5th season, that it was going to be canceled because it took forever. It was like in development hell, I guess. And then the reason why the prospective 8th season was taking a while is because, I mean, you have 2 people doing probably 80+% of the work. They do most of the voice cast, all the writing, storyboard, everything. They do the work. But then Doc Hammer had some freak accident and had to have major back surgery.
Oh.
Yeah.
You saw
So like,
Last
no one's
Jedi.
going to be reporting that per se. So unless you follow him on social media stuff, you probably don't know. So that was a big delay, like a personal delay. And I think what was the thing that really shot them in the foot is that seasons 3 and then 4.1, season 4, volume 1, and volume 2 happened year after year. So people got used to that. And then when it didn't happen again that way, people were confused. Like new fans were confused, even though there's 2-year gaps between 1 and 2 and 2 and 3. So what do you do? I mean, it's just like
it's the same type of thing that happened with Family Guy, right? When they got canceled, it took a few whiles until they got picked up again, and then didn't it get canceled again after that because you're being a little too over the edge. I'm like, yeah, because we need over the edge, yeah.
But yeah, that's what they'll probably want to try and blame. But I think it was. You have to keep in mind that this is 2 people doing most of the work, and then outsourcing the animation to Korea, which can be done in a house. Like, I don't think it's that because it's all done still on computers. It was because this is too edgy of a show now, which is insane. I mean, there's no freaking way they could say a girl president, how progressive, yeah, and a Hitler. They can never say that now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they
can't.
I mean, remember what happened with Aqua Teen Hunger Force? Like some of the episodes got pulled because they weren't culturally sensitive. Like the episode, was it a Shake Like Me, where Master Shake wakes up and he's black? That was freaking, oh my gosh, that was so freaking funny.
It's funny if they get rid of that one, but they keep the hand banana one where the dog that was like, tonight you, and you're like, well, are you kidding me? This one's bad, but this one's perfectly okay. You guys are all over.
It's such hypocrisy, and they wonder why people are not watching their stuff anymore.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, we don't know why it doesn't, why nobody's watching. You know why.
Yeah. Not even Phantom Spaceman watches that crap anymore.
But I just, I don't know. I haven't watched I kind of checked out of Adult Swim when they started doing live action stuff. Like, that was weird to me. It didn't make any sense.
Like Black Jesus. I thought that was pretty funny,
even before that, I think.
Or Dream Incorporated and that stuff. Or what was the one with the 2 guys that what was their name? And they would do little skits. The big fat guy with the mustache.
Oh yeah.
I don't even,
Okay, I know.
I don't even
I have no
remember.
idea. I never watched it.
They
Yeah,
just
like I said,
it
checked out.
it wasn't interesting because when I
Mhm.
would drop into Adult Swim, I want to see, the Boondocks, I want to see, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, I want to watch Adventure Brothers, I want to watch Space Ghost Coast to Coast, I want to
Mhm.
watch stuff like that, I want to watch
Um,
Squidbillies,
Brack Show. C
I
Lab
love
the Black Show.
2021.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the kind of stuff that I wanted, to watch,
Well, I mean,
and
this
it's
isn't
ridiculous.
exactly the first sacrificial lamb, if you will, because Metalocalypse was intense,
Oh,
and
Oh,
it
yeah, I
got
remember that.
I still love that show.
I do
Yeah,
too.
everything's in for Gen Z kids.
But that
Yeah.
that same kind of very similar thing happened. The main
Mhm.
difference is that one of the co-creators that passed away like abruptly,
Mhm.
so there's no. I don't think Brandon Small would be interested in even like trying to do something. So that's what really sucks there. But yeah, I,
what what's weird though is like they're saying it's not like PC or politically or culturally correct, right? Yet we got
Mhm.
Eric Andre running around in a rainbow thong doing weird dances in public, and he's still
Oh,
going
God.
strong. So you know what I mean? So
Mhm.
like I'm trying to figure out what their idea of culturally and politically correct is when they literally have a guy pretending to be a cop wearing
Mhm.
assless chaps trying to give a ticket that doesn't exist while dressed as Santa. It doesn't make any sense.
Don't know.
Exactly.
It's all a shit show, and it's been that way for a while, and it's been coming
Mhm.
for a while.
Yeah.
That's the worst part.
Yeah,
Like
that's
Cool
something
Whip.
else. Well, Rowan, is there anything else you want to let the people know about you before we wrap up?
Anyone?
What?
You can find me on the internet at Rowan Ginger Raven, and sometimes it's spelled wrong, but you'll still probably find me.
Well, we have her links all in the description box, so you guys can go and definitely check out her website. You can follow her on Twitter, and you're on Minds as well, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
They
Yes. So
let you have more characters, so you'll actually find me faster.
yeah, they do. I like the format over there
Yeah.
on Minds, and a lot of people are going over there. So it's actually nice not worrying about Twitter policing your
Yeah.
freaking posts and people getting their panties in a wad because you
Yeah,
said something they didn't like.
I miss the Wild West internet.
Yeah,
We
I
had
do.
fun
Bump your feelings, whatever.
You want to lose yourself a little bit. You try to find those old videos of like the old Modern Warfare 2 lobbies where you have 12-year-olds yelling every word under the sun, and it's just like, I miss those days
then. Yeah, I like,
a lot.
Oh, I do. I do miss them. But folks, I think that's going to do it actually for our show today. Short and sweet bottle episodes. You come in, drop in with us for lunch, have a good time, and get you prepped for the rest of the day. Please remember at 2 p.m. Eastern, Culture Casino has his pre-flight show that's happening. And I believe Paulie has 2 shows. Paulie, if you're still here, correct me if I'm wrong. There should be one at 3 p.m. Eastern, and he's also got a special show this evening, I think at 10 p.m. Pacific with Purple Valkyrie, and he's got
Nina.
some music artists. Yes, with Nina. So
I was
Nina
lurking.
Diaz. Yes, Nina Diaz. So definitely check that out. And of course, Friday Night Tights, which is on at 5 p.m. And of course, Midnight's Edge in the morning is still going on. Probably right now, they're probably still going on. Oh, God.
Sorry. Also, after Friday Night Tights, we have the Ords doing his Mario Kart after party stream as well, where it's literally just a bunch of grown-ups yelling at each other like a Modern Warfare 2 lobby.
Thank you for reminding me. Yes, Ords' gaming streams are a hoot. I keep missing them, or I drop in a little bit on a Sunday night after the Welcome to Florida stream to kind of check it out, say hi, drop a super sticker and say hi to my friends. But he's got some really, really cool gaming streams. So folks, please do subscribe, follow everyone here who's on the panel. And thanks so much for being here with us. Thank you, Rowan, for being our guest today. It was amazing. We will definitely have to have you back to chill out some more.
thank you.
And folks, you're welcome. And folks, have a great weekend. Bye.
Adios.